Right, parting off take 2. I already had a go at this and it didn't go very well, but here we are. Right, the idea is to keep the parting blade as little protruding as possible for the diameter you're cutting. This diameter is about 35 milli. You can see the speed that I'm running at, obviously. I'm going to do it dry to start with. Okay, so you touch on and you keep winding in till it starts to cut, and then you try and find an even feed so you keep the speed consistent with the cut. Now that's rough, but as soon as I put the water on, it should, if the water goes onto it, it should make a bit of difference and it should come off nicely when I keep the water on. There we are. Now that's what we're looking for, is little tiny turnings like that. So now I should be able to go all the way down to as far as I can, and it shouldn't be a problem. And it's just a matter of feeling for how much cut and watching the speed that the job's turning. So they're beautiful curls like that. It's a tipped cutter that I'm using. It's an indexable tip, about 1.8 millimeters wide. This bar actually is EN8. It's not just cheap mild steel. So, and you can see that it's cutting beautiful. Obviously I've already had a go at this, so I don't make a mess of it. So, and it's not easy to do on a mini lathe at all. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So, now what I'll do is I'll take this out at some point and I'll start another one. But the idea of using coolant is what happens is you get too much heat in the steel and the steel becomes a little bit tougher to cut. So then you start off with vibration. So now that my water's run out, I'm doing quite well. So but at some point it should, the curls should change, which is just starting to happen now. It's changed colour. I don't know if you can see, but it's now gone a dull colour and it doesn't want to cut very well. And that's a problem. So really we need some coolant. Right, I'll try and do another one. Now the slide is locked, but it's not locked solid. So the idea is the first few seconds of turning it is to get the feed as correct as you can at the same time. So you can see, not easy to do, even for somebody that's done it a few times. If I do it at a higher speed, I'll go for a higher speed. Okay, so we're now up for a few hundred RPM. That's 300 RPM. That's what you'll get straight away as a vibration. Proper vibration. So the idea now is to bring the speed down to a reasonable level. On this lathe, because it's got variable speed, it will slow down. So I'm going to try and find a decent spot now. And we want to come back on, so that will make it easier. So now it's just finding a comfortable feed consistent with the speed running the same. It is possible to part off harder materials on here, but it takes me quite a while to do it. You can see the turnings are coming off reasonable. There's a bit of noise, which is to be expected. But I think that's about as acceptable as you're going to get on a mini lathe. I don't think it will be any better. I think if it was EN1A, it would be much easier. You can see the nice little curl turnings coming off, which is inherent with these type of moving a bit of speed now. still turning quite well. It's homemade, by the way, all this blade. It's not something you can buy. But that's as good as I think you're going to get on here. I don't think I'd get any better. So I'm running about 140 revs on it there. I'm going up. Unfortunately, the water on this will vary with the speed, with the feed. I can't do anything about that on here. Unfortunately, parting off is a brute force thing. You're trying to force a cutter into you're trying to force the tip into the job. So there's a lot of pressure put on. Possibly if I had a rear-mounted toe post it might be easier, but I've never bothered. It's a bit Heath Robinson what I do, but it works and I get very good results from it. I've never seen a video on using a mini lathe parting off before, so it'll be interesting. I do prefer to use coolant. Unfortunately, you've got to be careful. When I first got this lathe and I used coolant, the first thing the coolant did was went straight in the electronics. So this electronic controller is not something that was supplied with the machine anymore. I had to source my own. I have got a decent feed on it. It's cut quite well. So probably got another 1/8 of an inch I can go down with that point of the blade. Don't think anybody ever sees any demonstrations or anything. Probably because it's like me, Heath Robinson. There we are, that's how to part off. Simple as that. Hopefully I've done a good job of it. That's as far as I can go. Right, hopefully you can see how far I've got down in a very short time, and obviously the tip itself. Shouldn't put fingers in front of machines, but I've been doing it too many years. So there you are, that is it. I can switch it off.